want to tell you something.
Closer.
Yeah, a little bit closer.
Hi.
Hi.
Ow! 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 Ow!
Don't you ever with me and alcohol. Got it?
Oh, you got a problem with that, nerd? I'll throw a fireball in your face, because I'm a wizard.
So they were able to get him to the hospital in time.
Yes, he's in the intensive care ward at Our Lady of the Worthless Nerve.
Oh, we've discussed this. Mornings are for coffee and contemplation.
A! Why can't we be Universe A?
Yeah! We called it first. Besides, this place kind of feels like a bee, you know?
You have my sister. If not, would you like a margarita?
Yeah, and when I see freaks in the street, I never, ever stare at them. And yet I'm careful not to look away, see? Because I want to make the freaks feel comfortable.
There's no crying! There's no crying in baseball!
You're listening to Comic Can Coozie, your weekly podcast for all your geeky garbage, kitschy comedy, and nerdy news. I'm Cole.
And I am Tayler.
So last week we started recording an episode, and we were almost done. We took a little bit of a break, and when we were gone, the computer crashed, and our fucking episode didn't go. We're like, we're not redoing this shit. So
nah, and it was probably for the best. You know, we had good conversations, and I look at it this way: we're all hanging out, we're all having a good time. That's that.
I basically talked about what I did in Alaska and shit, and one thing I didn't talk about was that was the most expensive trip I've ever taken in my life.
Oh, really?
Oh my god.
Does that include? Because I know you were kind of treating your mom and dad.
Yeah.
Is that what?
One night we went out. I didn't talk about this. I talked about the Cajun restaurant we went to.
Yeah.
But so we went out to dinner, all of us at this Cajun restaurant, and me and my brothers were gonna pick up the bill, and so I told the waitress, and then like halfway through the meal, my mom's like, I'll take the bill," and the waitress just kind of looks at me and like she gave me the head nod like, "Fuck, I'm not giving her the bill. I'll give you the bill." And she brought it over, and they put an automatic tip on there. Any like table is 6 down there. They put an automatic 20% on.
They counted the baby?
Yeah. Well, there was 6 of us to begin with.
But, okay, true.
But yeah, they did count the baby
at
a different restaurant. And she wasn't eating.
Yeah, what the fuck?
So dumb. But anyway, so she brings me the bill, and it came out to exactly $600. I'm like, so that's $200 a piece for us.
Holy shit!
And my mom was fucking pissed that she didn't get to pick it up. And I was like, "You can
Holy
pick."
hell.
I was like, "I promise you can pick up tomorrow's." But we paid for the meal at quite a few places. One night we went to this restaurant, and it was my mom's birthday, and she thought she was gonna pay for it. It's like, no, the fuck you're not. Like,
you dumbass.
Yeah, we're taking care of this.
I gotta start going on vacations with you around my birthday.
No.
No. Nope.
Yeah, I don't know. So it was a good trip, but man, fucking.
Well, that's good.
The wallet is filling it.
That's all right. I mean, at least you had a good time, you know, and got to experience stuff.
Oh, I didn't tell you about this either. So when we were coming back, like I was like, I could call Tayler for a ride, but he's probably gonna be working, and I don't really want to bug him. And so I asked Gabriel if I could just get a ride with. His girlfriend was picking him up.
Oh, sure.
I was like, hey, you live like fucking 6 blocks away from me. Can you fucking drop me off on the way home? He's like, yeah. So we're walking out to the car, and his girlfriend is a tattoo artist, so she's really good at like drawing and shit. So she did his name up all fancy on a big cardboard sign, and she's standing out like she's a limo driver or something. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Damn, I need to hire me a limo driver. That's what I need to do. I went on a mini road trip this week, Cole.
Oh, where'd you go?
Newtown, North Dakota.
Why?
Well, this guy, so Luke is a shit ass, my drummer, and he's an audio technician, audio engineer. So he's very much a tone snob, and he's always like, "This you can't use this." So I was using a solid. I was using a more modern amplifier, we'll call it. I just want to put it in terms that most people can understand. So I'm using a more modern amplifier, and Luke comes over and he's like, "That's just not the tone, man. That's not what we're looking for." I said, "Okay." He said, I've got a Yamaha, same type of solid state amplifier. He's like, the tone's going to be way better. So that's what I've been playing with. That's what I've played at the last couple of shows. That's what I've been practicing with. And Luke is like, yeah, we got to get you something else. We got to get you something. We got to get you a valve amplifier, valve state, or a tube amplifier, kind of an old school technology type of thing.
All right.
Apparently the tone is better. I think it's pretty hard to. I don't think most people, if you listen to.
I don't think you're a good enough guitar player where it's going to make any difference.
Well, there's that. But there's also, if you listen to anything in a mix, if you're listening to the full mix down, nobody's going to be able to tell what the fuck you're playing.
All right.
So anyway, I've always wanted one of these amplifiers that I did end up picking up. It's called an Orange. They're made in England. They're fucking incredible, right? I've always wanted one. But seriously, I mean, an amplifier like that, brand new, at least $2,000. And this guy Luke told me about was listing this thing online, and he said, Luke says, I think this guy's desperate. He's had this thing listed for like over a month, and nobody's bid on it. I'm like, all right. Well, he said, shoot him an offer of $750. So I did, and the guy said, yeah, I'll sell it for $750, but you got to come and get it in Newtown.
All right.
I fucking forgot how far away
it is. Such a drive. That's why you're like, yeah, I went to a mini road trip. I went to Newtown. I'm just like, why? Why would you fucking do that to yourself?
Well, to pick up an inexpensive amplifier.
Like, there's not a lot to do out there. There's a casino, and that's about it.
That's about it, yeah. But the guy was selling it, and it was a little bit of a drive to get an instrument that I've always really wanted. Part of the rig I've always wanted. So that was really cool. But goddamn, is that a fucking drive?
Yeah.
And
what is that, like 4.5 hours?
No, I think it's about 2.5 hours there.
Okay.
2.5 hours back. So it was close to 5-hour drive. And all it was a transaction. All I did was drove there, played the amplifier a little bit, like 5-10 minutes, and then
please tell me you went to Minot and then went west. You didn't go to Dickinson and then went north.
Yeah, I went towards Minot.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That way is a little more bearable than going to Dickinson and then driving north.
I suppose you could have gone either way, but you could have gone through Killdeer.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
That would have sucked, dude.
Yeah. It's really pretty this time of year, though.
Yeah, it's really pretty, but that road it's a nightmare.
Yeah, I
like
bet.
it's just it's like the back of a snake, just winding all over.
Yeah, I don't know. I asked a few people if they wanted to come. I asked Ashley, and she said no. I said, fuck you then. So I asked Jeffrey. And he's like, I don't know. I got to work tomorrow. And then I'm like, oh, it's all right, man. I'm just seeing if anybody wants to come along for the ride. I asked my mom if she wanted to go. And then I looked at how far it was. I'm like, no wonder nobody wanted to come with me. Just sitting in the car for 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That would fucking suck.
Yeah, you go straight there, pick up your shit, and then come straight back because there's nothing to do out there.
Well, of course, yeah. And plus, by the time I got there, I left after work. So I'd already been up at 6 that morning. So, fuck, I was beat that day.
I'm glad you didn't ask me because I probably would have.
Told me to fuck off. You'd be like, where are you going?
Yeah.
Fuck you. But, yeah, so it was worth the trip to me just to get that instrument. But, yeah. But I don't know. It was kind of a cool week because this other dude was selling another really inexpensive piece of gear.
Yeah.
So I picked that up, too. It's a you probably saw it in the living room there. It's a bag to hold that big fucking chonker of an amp.
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah. So that was like a $300 thing. The guy sold it for $75.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Getting deals all over, man. But, yeah, so now I got to start playing music out of that thing, I guess, and that's life. Hey, Cole, I've been watching on TikTok lately.
Porn.
No, they don't have porn there. It says a Christian website. No, it's this I want to call him the Batman of pedophiles.
What?
Dude, so awesome. So
Batman is the Batman of pedophiles. That's why he keeps all those Robins around.
yeah. Oh, you need another Robin. Oh, need another Robin. No. So this guy, right? Have you heard of Chris Hansen?
Yeah.
Okay, so Chris Hansen calls, does these intercepts, right? Where they pose as a young person. This fucking pervert shows up, and they're like, "Hey, I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline," and they're like, "Oh shit," they're all embarrassed, right? I've been watching these.
So this guy does the same thing, but he beats the fuck out of him. Yeah, I can be down with that.
Oh my god, it was so funny. So this guy, I don't want to say in traps or lures, but this guy, poses as this child. These men show up and confront this guy with cameras, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing trying to meet a fucking little boy, you sick fuck?" He's saying this shit to this guy. He's like, "Well, it's technically not this, that, the other," and this fucking guy just slaps him right across the face. He's like, "Shut the fuck up and quit lying to me. Quit bullshitting me." And then the guy's like, "Oh, fuck." Like, he's just stunned that he got slapped in the fucking face, right? And he's stumbling, falling all over the place at this store. I'm guessing it's like a Ross or some shit. And this guy's like, "Oh, fuck." And then they just start chasing this guy. They're like, "This guy's a fucking pedophile. This guy wants to get with little kids." And this guy's running. It was so fucking perfect.
The best thing about it is what he's doing is a crime. He's assaulting people.
Yes.
But the best thing is that they will not fucking report him. He's putting evidence on the internet, and they're not going to do a fucking thing about it because what they're doing is actually kind of worse. A lot worse.
Because, what are you going to do? Hey,
he beat the shit out of me. Well, why do you do that? Well, because I pretended to be a kid, and he wanted to fuck me.
He pretended to be a kid, and I wanted to fuck him. Yeah, fuck. I don't know. It's fucking awesome.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Because I've seen a few of them on there, right? I've seen a few where these guys will kind of do the Chris Hansen thing, right? Or they'll just show up and they'll embarrass the fuck out of him, then they end up calling the cops, right?
Mm-hmm.
This guy just fucking whoops the shit out of him. It's the chef's kiss, man. It's like, fuck yeah. Fuck yes. That is what this world needs. There's just some guy beating the fuck out of pedophiles, man. Fuck those guys.
Okay, so you know these Byrd scooters they got around town here?
Yeah, I've ridden them.
I don't mind them, but I'll tell you what pisses me off is these fucking like mid-20-year-old kids that fucking get done at the bar and then they get on them and then they're just like acting like they're king of the road. Like,
oh shit!
Don't be coming down my side of the street. When I'm driving in a car, you're on this tiny little fucking thing. Like, don't be weaving in front of my car trying to fucking. I don't know what your problem is.
Was he oncoming? You said, or was he just in the same? He's coming at you.
At me.
What the fuck?
So that was last summer. I had that happen to me a few times. I'd be getting off work and kids would be like coming in. They'd be driving in my lane. Like, I'm on the right side of the road. And they're fucking acting like they're in England or something. They're over on, they're coming toward me, but they're not on their side of the road. They're in my side, and
I'm pretty sure you could get busted for a DUI on one of those.
You can.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And then the other night, I'm coming up 3rd Street. I'm coming home from work, and some kid comes flying out of that parking garage on 3rd and Main, and I don't know if he didn't know how to use the brake or something, but he almost ran. I'm like driving up the street doing 25. He almost ran right into the side of my fucking car.
That would have sucked for both of you.
It would have been kind of funny if you came through my window.
I would have been.
But so anyway, these kids, anytime it's past midnight and I see a kid in his mid-20s on this, I just know he's fucked up, So I'm coming home from work last night. And it's just about midnight.
When did you say the one on 3rd Street happened?
That was about 3 weeks ago, right before I went to Alaska.
Okay, gotcha.
So I'm coming home from work last night, and I'm coming up 3rd, and 3rd and what is it, Divide, where the street ends?
Yeah.
So I turn on to Divide, and then I start coming up the next street, and this kid is coming. There's 3 kids on these Byrd scooters, and one of them, I don't know, he wasn't paying attention or he's looking like to his side or something, and he ran into the fucking street light pole so fucking hard, and he bit so much shit, and then he fell on the ground and started bawling. I couldn't stop laughing.
Bawling?
Like, oh my God. Yeah, he just fucking smoked that pole, and like, everything stopped, but he kept going forward, and his head hit the thing, and he hit the ground, and
yikes.
Yeah, fuck that kid.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say I've ridden the Byrd scooter a couple of times. It's not worth it. I guess if it was your only mode of transportation, I mean, I know people that get around because they got to get to work or whatever. I mean, that's fine, but I
got guys at work with DUIs that's how they get to and from work.
Sure, like that kind of shit's great, right? But from my experience, it's way too expensive for what you get.
Yeah,
it's like, God dang. But
especially when what you get is a fucking concussion.
Oh, yeah, no fucking shit, right? What I don't know.
The crying part was the funny thing to me.
Well, that's what you gotta. Hey, if you're gonna be dumb, what do they say? You gotta be tough. Yeah. So fuck that guy.
Hey, we didn't talk about how John Cena's gonna retire.
I heard about that.
Sometime after next year's WrestleMania. This will be like his last season.
Okay.
I guess, and he'll wrestle at WrestleMania, but that's not necessarily his last match.
I bet you SummerSlam will be his last, next SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's kind of his show in a way. That's my opinion. But maybe he'll retire after the Punjabi death match or the Punjabi prison match. I'm just kidding. I don't know, man.
If they never do another one of those again, that'd be just fine with me.
Oh fuck yeah! I don't even like Hell in a Cell anymore, but I mean that used to be one of my favorite matches, honestly. I mean, but again, like those were back in the days when like the wrestling pay-per-views meant something. It was in your house, whatever, and then there would be a build up to a match, and then it would be like, oh, well, Shawn Michaels, you'll be taking on Undertaker in Hell in a Cell. It was shit like that versus an entire pay-per-view dedicated to the Hell in a Cell, tables, ladders, chairs. Like those used to be a special thing that happened, and they were announced at a whim. You never knew when they were going to happen, but yeah, good for John Cena. I feel like that he's definitely taken the path of The Rock in that way where I think he's gotten super popular and he's talented enough to be a movie star. Fuck yeah, like go for it. Why get beat up the rest of your life if you don't have to?
Yeah.
Why get your ass kicked? Good for him. I just hope that Ric Flair's the one that retires him. I'm just kidding. There was some discussion on it as to who would be the guy to do it, But it's one of those things where, I mean, he's not gonna go out as a heel, So it wouldn't make sense to put him up against a heel or put him up against a face.
He's
like
the little midget guy.
Hornswoggle?
Yeah, he's going to be the one.
But some folks were saying Randy Orton. And I'm like, well, maybe. But Randy Orton's got to be about the same age as John, right?
Yeah.
Or close to it.
Yeah, right around there.
I would think, but some people do it longer, some people don't.
Dude, another dude last night asked me about my accent. He's like, hey, I got to ask you about your accent. I'm like, I'm from North Dakota. He's like, well, you could have fooled me. It's like, well, I didn't want to. I wasn't trying to.
Why are you trying to fool people, Cole?
Yeah.
If he had to guess where you're from, did he say, like,
no.
Oh, you sound like this? Or
no,
that?
I didn't want to continue the conversation. I wanted to walk away.
You were done right then and there. Oh, fuck. So I went over to Adam's last night. I was telling you about this earlier. He had a few too many. He's like, let's have a pool party. I said, cool.
Just you and me.
Just you and me. I said, all right, that's cool, man. So we went over there, and yeah, that guy hit his face, smashed his back.
Did he start bawling?
Nope.
Oh,
he's tough. He's tough, dude. If you're going to be dumb, he's tough.
Yeah.
He told me that. So, yeah, good time. It's been a while. And it's funny, too. So that was the third day of swimming I've done in a row.
Uh-huh.
Because Ashley's got a pool. And so we hit the pool on Thursday. because I was off that day, and Friday and Saturday. So I had 3 pool days in a row. And I don't know about you, Cole, but chlorine must just dry shit out.
Oh, yeah.
So I really haven't been moisturizing at all. And Ashley's like, yeah, you probably should. And I remember when I was a kid, right? We had the passes, the little patches that you got. Ooh, not good, huh? We had those patches that you get into any of the public pools for the summer. You know, parents would drop you off and you'd be there for
like
4
$20
hours.
and you get to just walk in any fucking public pool.
Yeah. So we did that, and I remember as a kid, I was down at the wave pool of all places, and I remember my foot got so dried out that the skin on my toes cracked. And it fucking hurt, man. It was like scared me as a kid. I'm like, what's happening? You know? Well, 3 days now in a row with the pool, and the same thing happened. I'm like, oh my God, I'm drying out. It sucks. And I wanted to go swimming today too, but I gotta let my toes heal now. They're all cracked up, man.
Put fucking lotion on them.
It's gonna hurt.
No, it isn't. You have to get the shit with the perfume in it to make it hurt.
Oh, okay.
Why would you get that?
Because it smells better?
No, it doesn't.
Just kidding.
Get the cocoa butter. That shit smells good, and then it doesn't have any perfume in it.
Does it smells good, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never had it.
Yeah, I don't know. Just go up to my bathroom. There's 2 fucking
jugs of it.
No, there's 2 things of lotion. There's one I got for Christmas, and I think it's like a bourbon sort of one. Don't use that one. Use the other one in the fucking. I don't know. It's just fucking cocoa lotion on there. Just use that.
Use the cocoa lotion. Okay, Cole. I will do that.
It won't even hurt.
That's good. But yeah, Cole.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the deaths in the room?
Sure.
There's 3 of them.
You told me there was 3 of them. I accidentally found out. You said don't try to figure out who they are, and I already knew Shelley Duvall, but I didn't.
Yeah.
care. I didn't care very much. She was the chick in The Shining, and she's a really talented actress and stuff. But
she kind of fell off the face of the earth. Kind of went crazy a little bit.
Yeah, she. I think she stopped acting and stuff, and
she also stopped living.
Yeah, she's done. She's done breathing. She gave it up. And then I accidentally found out a different one because I was looking at different shit on the internet, and I happened to see that this kid from Elf died.
What?
Yeah, the kid in the TV show Elf.
Oh, really?
Alien life form, not Elf like with Will Ferrell.
Okay, I thought maybe it was the brother.
Yeah, it was some little kid from that show. I didn't care about that very much either.
Really?
Yeah, and then he was dead in his car or something.
Oh, damn.
And then you. So what? You didn't know that one?
No.
So okay, I guess there's 2 more now.
Yeah.
Who else?
Shannon Doherty.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Breast cancer.
Okay.
Sucks. 53.
Yeah, she's pretty young.
And then the big one, Cole. Sweating to the oldies.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
Richard Simmons.
Yeah, I seen that last night.
Kicked the bucket. And so my feed's been full of like a lot of stupid political stuff on TikTok and also Richard Simmons stuff. There was this episode, I guess, where Richard Simmons was on the Howard Stern show.
Sure.
And this guy, Howard, was trying to get this, I don't know if he was like a crew member or what, to whip out his dick and show it to Richard. And Richard was just freaking the fuck out. And I'm like, God damn, we live in a different time.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. But I liked Richard Simmons. He's stupid, and he's wonderful, and I don't know. He's definitely not gay. So, I mean, maybe he is. I don't know. But at the end of this show, if anybody sticks around, I will play a special outro to a song where I pay homage to Richard Simmons. So it's a little jingle I wrote. So we'll listen to that on the way out. But yeah, Richard motherfucking Simmons, man. Sweating to the oldies.
Hey, what's like one of the weirder insults you ever like?
Can it be a former? Sorry, not former. Can it be an international one?
Sure, I guess.
Well, I think we have talked about this word, bombaclat.
I was talking to someone about that the other day about how funny it is because they're just basically calling you used toilet paper or used period.
Used tampon.
Used tampon.
It's a fucking great, and it's so funny because I used to work with a a guy from Jamaica, and I said, "Hey, Kenny, do you know what a bomba clot is?" He was laughing so fucking hard.
Yeah.
And then we were just describing a bunch of coworkers that we didn't like as bomba clots because that's what they are, man. Is that the one you were thinking of?
No.
Oh.
I was thinking it's always weird when someone like makes fun of someone else's nipples.
Weird to make fun of somebody else's nipples.
Like when they're like, that person's got tiny little nipples, or it's always either like, it's always a size thing. Like it's either that they're tiny or they're huge
or they're long,
like pepperoni nipples or something. Like,
yeah,
it's just a weird insult to me.
Are they insulting? I don't know. I mean, I guess I've never really met anybody whose nipples I thought were really weird, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just something I never think about. I mean, if you've got nipples, great. And if they're different, I guess, whatever. But I don't know. I guess I wouldn't look at somebody and be like, holy shit.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just,
That's weird.
It's a weird insult. Especially because
it's something weird to observe.
Because most people you meet, you never see them shirtless.
That's true.
Think about all your coworkers. You know, you barely ever see any of them shirtless, unless you know.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely wouldn't see the women.
I mean, I have.
Oh, no, good for you. Well, good for you.
At my job when I worked at
the titty bar.
No, not that one. The dry cleaners, Torito's dry cleaners.
Yeah,
me and the checkout girl. Yeah, we were dating.
Well,
for
that's
a while.
that's a little different. But I mean, I should bring that up in my next meeting. Be like, hey, everybody, I just want to say, I haven't seen any of your nipples, and I think it's time that we all show each other our nipples.
There you go. Tell it to your boss.
Canceled, fired, yada yada yada. Definitely won't do that. But
so, have you watched any movies in the last couple of weeks? I haven't talked to you about it.
No, I don't think so. Actually, take that back. Yes, I watched the new Exorcist movie.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It's good. Is it one of those movies that they shouldn't have remade because The Exorcist was awesome as fuck?
Yeah. So this was definitely. It was. I think if I don't want to phrase it. I think overall it was kind of dumb.
All right,
but it took place in the same universe as the original Exorcist.
Okay,
right, and this particular demon or whatever the fuck it was possessed two girls.
Okay,
because they were fucking around with some shit, and then, and the in the first movie, the original movie, it was all about like. Pretty much Catholicism saves the day, kind of, you know, where a priest does it. This one was kind of cool in the fact that they had a bunch of different folks come in of different faiths and backgrounds and stuff to try to help these girls. So that part of it was kind of cool. There was also an awesome...
Like an X-Men team-up of religions.
Yeah. I don't think
an X-Men exorcism.
They should have called it the X-Menercism.
Yeah.
They should have called it. Yeah. But the coolest scene in the movie, I thought for sure they were gonna do the whole dumb thing where Linda Blair, you know, when she her head spun around or whatever,
or the puking or something.
They did a little bit of that,
Okay.
like the puking, but what they just paid homage to the whole head spinning thing.
Yeah.
And basically this fucking priest he comes in and he's like, oh, the Catholic Church says we can't do this exorcism. We can't do them anymore or whatever. And so I can't participate. So he's being a fucking pussy about the whole thing, right? And so he's sitting in the car while all this shit's going on, and he basically tells this woman that he's with that was a former nun or somebody that was going to go into the nunnery. He says, you have the power to do it, so you go and do it. And so they're doing their thing. They're not doing very well with it. And then finally the priest is like, fuck it. Fuck it all. I'm going to go in there. I don't care what my superiors say. I'm going to save these little girls. And this guy comes in after being a coward. And then this fucking demon does the fucking force on him.
Okay.
And just twists his neck all the way around and breaks it. It's fucking awesome.
All right.
So that part was pretty cool. So it was a pretty gruesome movie at parts, and overall, yeah, it was pretty fucking good. It was I would say it's a solid watch if you can find it on streaming, but go have fun with it. I love watching scary movies, man. fun.
I
Good
saw
times.
a movie called A Man Called Otto. It's a Tom Hanks movie.
I've had somebody at work recommended the book.
It's pretty good, but like it's really similar to that Ricky Gervais show, Afterlife.
Okay.
Like where a guy wants to kill himself because like his wife's dead.
Oh yeah.
And then through the power of friendship and stuff, like he decides to
Because
stop
Tom Hanks
being
is
a grumpy prick and
right. Yeah, because
start living.
He's a fucking asshole, right?
Yeah,
like to everybody.
And I always like that version of Tom Hanks.
You don't see him. You don't see that much. He's usually pretty.
He's normally a nice guy or Forrest Gump. You know.
Well, I mean, it's
He's
one
like
of the,
a really nice, charming dude or Forrest Gump.
not necessarily because he was a drunk in the fucking.
Yeah, when I see the fucking asshole-ish version of Tom
Oh,
Hanks,
okay, got you.
I like
You like
that version of him.
Like when he got mad at Wilson
Yeah.
in Castaway.
Yeah.
Wilson, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Fucking love that movie.
But yeah, it's good. I think I prefer Afterlife a little bit more.
Okay.
Because I kind of prefer
No.
TV shows over movies, but
That was a TV show, was it?
yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a
it was
movie,
like 3 seasons, and they're all short seasons. Like,
Okay.
Like 6 episodes, half-an-hour episodes.
Got you.
But I really like that show.
Yeah. I'll have to give them both a watch, honestly, because, again, I like Tom Hanks quite a bit.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah.
All right. Well, got anything else you really want to?
Nah,
we're going to a concert with Elijah.
Oh,
in a
yeah.
couple
We're
days.
going to Wheeler Walker Jr., man. That's going to be fucking cool.
Yep.
I'm pretty excited for it.
Eating pussy, kicking ass.
I think it's dick and ass.
No. Eating pussy, kicking ass.
I think I'm going to go to I think I'm going to sing those lyrics, though. Eating pussy and dick and ass. Yeah. I mean, it could be gay. It could not be, but.
Well, it turns gay in the end when when he takes the girl to the hotel and then finds out that this chick had a dong, so sucked his dick and kicked his ass. Eating pussy, sucking dick, and kicking ass.
It's going to be awesome, dude. I'm excited for it. So, for Comic Can Coozie, I'm Tayler.
And I'm Cole.
Where is Billy Mays? Is Tony Little on his way? Hop on your gazelle. The ShamWow guy absorbs it well. Jack LaLanne is all juiced up. Richard Simmons will bust a nut. My pocketbook is thick and swelling. The evidence is overwhelming. I need to know, baby, I need to know, what are they selling?